everybody. I'm glad you're all able to be here today. Welcome to Anxiety Management Group. My name is LesarayRubric1. I'm in my second semester of the Community Counseling Program, and I'm going to be your group leader today. On tonight's agenda, we're going to talk about our anxiety, discuss confidentiality, and go ahead and do a round. And I'm going to get into what those are in a little bit. First, I want to go ahead and define confidentiality. And confidentiality is what is said in this group stays in this group. I will not discuss anything to anyone outside of this group. Now, there are some risks and limitations to confidentiality, and some risks are that I cannot promise your fellow group members will keep what is said in this group confidential. Some limitations to confidentiality are if I suspect imminent harm to yourself or to another individual, I will have to report it. If you make statements about a child, an elderly, or a disabled person being abused or neglected, I will also have to report that as well. And if I am subpoenaed by a judge, I will have to turn over any files that I have on you to the court, but I will let you know if we're headed down that path. So before we get started, I want to go ahead and define a round. And what a round is that each of us is going to go around and one by one and discuss our thoughts and feelings about a particular subject that I will present to you. You do have a right to pass, and if you choose to speak, we'll go ahead and come back to you at that time. So I want to go ahead and discuss, I want you to tell me a time when your anxiety was at its high and how your anxiety made you feel in that time. So whoever wants to get started first, please tell me your name and we can go.
I'll start. My name's Lydia, and one time that I was really stressed out was I was in an argument, sort of, with my boyfriend, and it just, like, I couldn't focus on anything else whatsoever. If I tried to do schoolwork, I would just end up thinking about what I needed to tell him or what we needed to talk about, and so it very much so took over.
Okay, so the argument caused you to feel a little uneasy because you felt like you wanted to get it resolved with him.
My name's Quasia, and a time that I felt really anxious was actually today when I had to share information about my life, and it made me feel like a little rabbit. Like I was really uncomfortable, and I just wanted to jump out into my little hole and disappear.
Okay, so the opening up and that vulnerability made you feel a little bit anxiety.
My name is Monica, and I felt like super anxiety when I had to speak at my sister's wedding, and I was really anxious about what I was going to say, if I was going to mess it up, if I was going to fall down, what if I I don't know, I was just so anxious. And then when I was up there, I was really anxious, but the more that I talked, the more comfortable I felt with it.
So the thought of talking in front of everybody, that's uncertainty if you were going to mess up or not, made you feel a little uneasy. Right. Okay. So it sounds like our anxiety, all of us, our anxiety does play a major part, impacts our lives. It sounds like, whether it's being scared to talk in front of people, it sounds like you and Quasia kind of felt like opening up or being the uncertainty kind of made you have a little anxiety. So why don't you go ahead and tell me now who in the group did you connect with?
I connected with Monica.
Okay, next question, why don't you tell Monica how you connected with her?
I connected with you because I also get really bad anxiety when I have to talk in front of people and I don't know how it's going to go.
Hey Monica, why don't you tell Quasia how that made you feel that she connected with you?
It felt good to know that I'm not the only one that gets anxious speaking in front of people, even though our job is to always speak in front of people.
Okay, thank you all for sharing your thoughts and feelings.